Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all of you dear students. We are learning class 8 science biology. Dear students, today I am going to give the revision of chapter number 1. I know that you people had already done so much revision, but today I want to give you the mind map of chapter number 1. Dear students, I firmly believe that it is my personal experience that mind map is really very helpful for the students. It helps you to understand the chapter as well as to clear all the ideas about the chapter. So dear students, today I am going to give you the mind map of chapter number 1 of science class 8, that is crop production and management. Dear students, I will send a link of this mind map also in the description box. Please write it down into your notebook so you will get the clear idea about the whole chapter, that what is there actually inside the chapter and how useful this chapter is to you. Okay, so dear students, let's begin with it. Okay, so dear students, we are learning over here the mind map of the chapter number 1, that is crop production and management. Before starting the chapter, dear students, I am having one question in my mind. I don't know either you have or not. The very first thing is that this crop. Why crop is necessary? What is the need of that? So dear students, we are human beings. Means we are living organisms, right? Instead of us, so many living organisms are present on the earth. Plants, birds, different kinds of animals, bacteria, viruses, fungus, and so many other things are there which are living on the earth. Okay, so dear students, each and every living organisms need some food and water for their survival. This is the very basic requirement for all the living organisms that you all know. So here the very first question comes that why crop production is necessary? Crop production जरूरी क्यों है? क्यों crops को उगाया जाता है? क्यों इनके पीछे इतनी मेहनत की जाती है? Because they are the food. Of course, they are the food for us. They are the food for the human being. If human being cannot eat, how we are survive without the food? So this is the very basic thing for this chapter, that as the human beings, as we are the living organisms and we need water and food for our survival, that is why we require crop production, right? So here in this chapter we have to learn about the crop production and management. So that was the first question. Now the second question was that why crop production, why management is very necessary behind the crop production? Because dear students, day by day the population of human being increases. Of course, that you all know that the population increases day by day. As population increases, the number of or the quantity of the food or the amount of the food they consume, that also increases. So to overcome that particular crisis, overcome that particular एक जो खाने की जो क्वांटिटी है उसको सही बैलेंस करने के लिए मैनेजमेंट बहुत ज़रूरी है. That management is required for this. For what? For crop production. Getting dear students? So this is the mind map of the chapter number 1, crop production of the management. We are further moving with this chapter, that the very first topic of this chapter is agricultural practices. Practices, what do you mean by practices, dear students? If you remember, have you ever asked to one particular doctor, or might be you have heard at anywhere sometimes, that if somebody asks a doctor that what are you doing? For example, I am a teacher. Okay, if somebody asks me what are you doing, so I say I am a teacher, I am teaching in a school. But if somebody asks to a doctor what are you doing, so definitely he or she give the answer that I am a doctor and I am practicing. That practicing means what? It is his or her profession. Here we have to talk about the practices, agricultural practices. Which are the different methods are there, which are the different processes are there in agriculture that we have to learn over here. Okay, so moving with that, agricultural preparation of the soil. सबसे पहले soil को prepare करना for the agriculture, for getting the product of the any kind of crop. The very first step is for preparation of soil. In preparation of soil also 4 different processes are there. The very first is loosening. That we know that soil is so much hard, so we have to lose it. So that is called as loosening. Second, turning of soil. What do you mean by turning of soil, dear students? To turn up. जो नीचे की soil है उसको ऊपर लाना है, जो ऊपर की है उसको नीचे ले जाना है. The third one is tilling or plowing. This is one kind of process. What is tilling and what is plowing? To loosening the soil with a particular object. That process is called as tilling or plowing. And the last is leveling of soil. जो soil को हमने ऊपर नीचे किया है उसको एक level में लाना है. That called as leveling of the soil. So clear with the first topic or first very much step of this agricultural practices, that is preparation of the soil. That what is preparation of the soil? Loosening, turning of soil, tilling and leveling of the soil. Clear, dear students? Okay. Now we are moving with the second step, that is step number 2, sowing. What do you mean by sowing? Sowing मतलब जो बीज होता है, जो सीड होता है, उसमें से बड़ा पेड़ या प्लांट करने के लिए उसको जमीन के अंदर सो करना. That process is called as sowing. Now sowing, another 3 factors you can observe over here, students. That first is traditional tools. Traditional tools जो वर्षों से यूज होते आ रहे हैं for this particular process for sowing the seeds. Second is manual sowing. Randomly we are sowing either with the hands or with the any other tool. Whatever the sowing we are doing, that is called as manual sowing. And last one is seed drill. That nowadays so many machines are available. Definitely, dear students, this is technology having a very great ideas. Technology now become very much used. So many while using so many technologies, so many another different tools are available nowadays which are helping them in sowing the seeds. Okay, so getting second step, sowing. What was the first one? Preparation of the soil. The second one is sowing. Now moving to the third step, adding manure and fertilizer. सबसे पहले हमने soil को prepare किया, ठीक है, फिर उसके अंदर हमने seed add किया. Now what? Now we have to give some amount of nutritions to that particular seed so it can grow up very much fast. So we can get the product early. Okay, so for that, what was the step 3? That is adding manure and fertilizers. Okay, the step number 3 is adding manure and fertilizer. Now the question here comes, what is manure and what is fertilizer? Are they both same? No, dear students, manure and fertilizer are not same. I hope that you people get the idea about the manure also and fertilizer also. That manure is somewhat like a natural thing which gives nutrition to the particular seed or plant, whereas fertilizer is a chemical thing which is not a natural thing but made by human beings. Okay, we will see afterwards the difference between manure and fertilizer if you want, your students. So we are coming back over here with the step number 3, that is adding manure and fertilizers. So you will get the idea also that why we are adding this manure and fertilizer, to give a proper nutrition to a particular seed. Okay, moving to the step number 4, irrigation. What do you mean by irrigation? Watering the plants. As we human beings require water for our survival, same plants also require water for their survival. Getting dear students, how plants get water? Again the question comes in my mind. Have you ever कभी आप लोगों के दिमाग में ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं dear students? Plants पानी कहाँ से लेते हैं? How plants get water? So dear students, of course you know that plants having roots. Yes, plants having roots, from there they are absorbing the water. Okay, so dear students, irrigation is the process, as now I told told you that plant absorb the roots of the plants absorb the water from the soil and then transfer to each and every part of the plant. That process is called as getting the water to the plants. Now we have to add water in the soil. So that process is what? That process is irrigation. Now irrigation having different two methods, that is traditional method and modern method. Traditional method is the method which we can use or the farmers can use from so many years, or we can say a manual method, whereas the modern method, so many, as I now told you dear students, that technology is so much used now. So many modern methods are available today to get water to the plants. That is the modern method. So here I hope you are clear with the irrigation part also, that is traditional method and modern method. Now we are moving with the step number 5, that is what? Protecting using weedicides and protecting seeds. Okay, once the product is grown, once the crop is grown, now it is very necessary we have to protect that particular crop, right? Okay, which is grown up right now. So for that we have to use particular weedicides. What are the weedicides? Weedicides are the particular chemicals which we are using for removal of weeds. What are the removal of weeds? They are the particular objects, they are the particular plants which are unwanted to our crops. Okay, so we have to remove that. For that we are using what? We are using weedicides, and as well as we have to protect our seed also, which we had grown, which we had sown into the soil. Okay, after completing step number 5, the step number 6 was there, that is harvesting. Now what is harvesting? Once we had prepared the soil, then we had sown our seed, then we had added manure and fertilizer, we had given water also to our seeds, then we had used particular chemicals to protect our seed, to remove unwanted plants. After what happened? After gradually our plant, our crop will grow up and becomes mature. Now it is time to cut down the particular mature plant, and that process is called as what? Harvesting. Now harvesting having over here 3 methods. The first one is cutting, that cutting of the crops from the field. Second one is threshing and the winnowing. Threshing and winnowing, these are the 2 different methods which are the methods in which, or processes in which we are getting only the pure crop or the pure seeds of the crop. Okay, these students, we are removing the unwanted, either the shafts and so many different unwanted things are there also in our crop. So we are removing that particular unwanted things by these 2 processes, that is threshing and winnowing. Once we get the crop, हमें हमारा crop मिल गया, हमें हमारी product मिल गई. After that what? We have to store it. Yes, dear students. So the last step is what? Storage of the crops. Now for the storage of the crops, silos and granaries are there. You had already learned, dear students, that godowns are available which are made up with the floor with the cement and concrete. So the a particular crop cannot be damaged by the water or the humidity or any other thing. Granaries, so particular bags are available to store our the crop. Okay, so this is all about the first part of the agricultural processes. Total 7 steps we have to be remember over here, dear students. Now further we are moving to the second part of this chapter, or we can say the second topic of this chapter, that is types of crops. Okay, so for 8th standard only you have to learn 2 types of crops, that is kharif crops and rabi crops. What do you mean by kharif crops? I know you people have already learned about that. A particular crops which grown from June to September. ऐसे क्रॉप्स को सिर्फ जून से सितंबर में, सो दिस इज द मंथ ऑफ सितंबर जो अभी ग्रो किए जाते हैं फील्ड में. सो इट इज अ एक्टिविटी फॉर यू, इट इज अ वर्क फॉर यू. इफ यू कैन find out, or you can ask something, if any one of your relative is there, so you ask to them that which of the crops are now you are growing into the field. So you will get the idea that what are the kharif crops which have been grown now. Okay, so they are called as what? They are called as kharif crops which grown between June to September, and rabi crops grown between October to March. They are called as rabi crops. So 2 types of crops you have to remember over here, is kharif crops and hope that you have drawn into your notebook. If you have still not drawn this particular tools which were given into your textbook, my request is to you, please draw it down into your notebook. Why? Once you draw this particular tool, you will get the idea about its structure also as well as its function also. That what is the structure of this particular tool and how that particular tool is useful in the agricultural practices. Okay dear students, so please if you have not drawn, then draw it down, and if you have drawn, then very good dear students. Okay, so plow, hoe, cultivator and seed drive, they are the agricultural implements, agricultural tools which are used in agricultural practices. So these are the three main parts of this chapter. The first is agricultural practices, in which you have to remember all the 7 steps. The second is which are the different types of crops are available, and the next one is agricultural